Today we're going to talk about a new spin on the old trade show badge. Most people are familiar with a typical trade show badge where someone has to print 8.5 by 11 sheets with all the attendees' name, title, maybe the state or the organization they're from. In those cases, after those are printed out, they get torn off of perforated sheets and dropped into a vinyl name badge holder, then carried to the event where the attendees walk up and the person says, "What is your name?" "Oh, my name is Smith." Then they look through all the Smiths and they can find it. In this case, I came up with an even better idea, a better way of doing it. And what that involves is the use of variable data printing. We created a badge that had a front and a back. Because you go to these events and your badge turns around and you walk up to speak to someone and they're like, "Oh, can you turn your badge around? I don't know who you are." In this case, it's pretty simple, but we did it. These are printed 4 up on an 11 by 17 sheet on an HP Indigo. Now, what you see here is mostly static information, meaning it doesn't change. The only variable information is the person's first name, their last name, and the organization that they're from. We could just have easily used variable graphics. We could have put a different logo on every one of these badges. We could have put a different bit of information at the bottom. We could have radically changed the color in every one of these badges. They don't all have to be purple and orange. In this case, that's just the way we ran them. But with variable data printing, you can print variable graphics as well as variable text. If, for example, people were given a choice prior to attending of a sports team or an animal that they liked or something that they could identify with, something that they're interested in, pick something, we could have put that image on as well. After these 11 by 17 sheets are printed and they're laminated. And when they're laminated, they also get a slot punch for clipping on the badge. What we did in this case is we also came up with a blank badge because sometimes people show up at the last minute. They don't register in advance, they show up, they want a badge. Well, you want them to have a badge that looks consistent with all the other attendees. So this badge was designed so that it has a blank surface to write on. One of the other unique things we did in order to keep the names in alphabetical order is here at the very bottom you'll see a number. We took the last name of the attendee, ordered the Excel table alphabetically by last name, so if for some reason someone scattered a whole box of badges all over the floor on the way to the event, they needed only to put them in numerical order. You didn't have to put Laucks in front of Lauer or Lawson or Lowry. You just needed to know the number. So that's our exciting variably data printed name badge. You know where to get it, right here.